Knicks family, what's popping? It's your boy. Hopefully, this is working. I don't know what's going on with my OBS, my computer. Things are acting crazy. I had to move into, in a different studio. So now things are acting crazy. So I apologize, ladies and gentlemen, for the tardiness and all of that. But I'm here. Tony, what's popping with you, man?
What's good, Sim? Shout out to the chat. Yo, Black is time. Oh man, Ugh. ugly win, and Brunson goes down. A lot to talk about.
Yeah. Ugly win and Brunson goes down. Um, I don't even know what to say about Brunson going down. You know what I'm saying? I don't. Hopefully, he's not. I don't know. I don't even know what to say about it. You know what I mean? The Knicks had a 28-point lead. 28-point lead, and they gave it almost, oh, almost gave it all back
Cut
in
it
the
to
fourth
four.
quarter. They cut
Yeah.
it to 4. Right? They cut it to 4 points. Um, I don't know. That's just kind of crazy to me. I'm like, sheesh, they cut it to 4 points. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's a rough one for the Knicks. And I've seen a lot of people saying that Tibbs should be fired because Brunson was still in the game. I mean, clearly he could see that they were coming back. You know what I mean? What else was he supposed to do? What else was he supposed to do? I don't know. What do you think about the Knicks allowing Memphis to come back? We'll get back into Jalen Brunson, but what do you think about the Knicks allowing Memphis to come back in that game?
Um, I think they was playing with their food. You know what I mean? They didn't have that sense of urgency or that killer instinct. You know what I mean? And at the same time, I mean, it goes both ways because Tibbs preaches it. You know what I mean? Any team could beat you if you're in the league. You good. You know what I mean? You can't overlook whoever. I think
Mhm.
they took their foot off the gas. Those guys are all playing for their NBA careers, literally. Whether it's to stay on this team, whether it's to be on another team, because those guys don't play. You know what I mean? Those guys. That's not the Memphis Grizzlies. Those are guys that are auditioning to be on the team and be on a 15-man roster when all their main guys come back or be on a different NBA team.
Right.
You know what I mean? So they playing their hearts out.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, the Knicks were led in scoring by mm, Jalen Brunson, of course. Let me check the box score. I believe it was Jalen Brunson. Right? No, I'm sorry. Dante DiVincenzo had 32 points tonight, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. I mean, DiVincenzo, you can't say enough about DiVincenzo and what he's done since Julius Randle's been out. You know what I mean? DiVincenzo has he's been killing it. You know what I mean? But I mean, straight up, just like that. He's been killing it, shooting the ball efficiently, kind of taking the man on his shoulders to be that second scorer. Since Julius Randle's been out, he's averaging over 20 points per game. You know what I mean? I can't say enough about what Dante DiVincenzo is doing. Jalen Brunson, 27 points, 8 assists tonight, 52% from the field, only 25% from three. Josh Hart, 10 points, 10 rebounds. Isaiah Hartenstein, 17 points, 8 rebounds. Precious, 17 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. So the
Great
Knicks got
game from Precious
contributions.
tonight.
Yeah. The Knicks got contributions from across the board, but it was the fourth quarter, man. It was the fourth quarter that really killed the Knicks. They got outscored 39-26 in the fourth quarter, outscored by 13. But I mean, the Knicks won the game by 10. I mean, look, they won the game by 10, but the Knicks had a 28-point lead at some point in this game. And the next thing you know, it's like I'm reconnecting all my studio equipment, right? Because, ladies and gentlemen, I'm in a new spot. I had to relocate the I relocated the studio. That's the reason why I'm having some technical difficulties. And the next thing you know, I look up and the Knicks are down. I mean, are only up 12. And I'm like, what's going on here? And then boom, 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 the Grizzlies continue to go on a run. The momentum switches and swings their way, and boom, next thing you know, it's a 4-point game. And then Jalen Brunson goes down, and I'm like, yeah, come on. You know what I mean? It don't get no worse than that. Brunson goes down. He the good thing is that he walked off under his own power, right? So that's good that he walked off on his own power. I don't know. Do you think Brunson? I'm afraid. I don't want Brunson to miss a bunch of games. I don't. I don't know. I don't want to speculate. What do the Knicks do if Brunson is out?
Well, hopefully we make a trade by that trade deadline. Number one, and number two, um, I feel like you go after the best person available. I'm back on the Murray train just because a situation like this.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So now it's not about just fitting in. We need somebody who could supplement if Brunson has to miss time. And I'm not just talking about this injury. I'm just saying in general. You know what I mean? Like, and the talent level doesn't have to fall off a cliff. You know what I mean? So yeah, hopefully this changes their mind if they were gonna stay pat and figure out, how to flip Fournier or whatever, a couple picks, whatever it is that it takes to get some more depth. And I'm not on the bashing Tibbs train, but when we're injured the way we are, I think you got to open the rotation a little bit. You know what I mean? You can't be tight with the rotation, and I say that especially if you bring in another guy in. You know what I mean? That doesn't mean anybody has to fall out the rotation. Figure it out. Utilize these guys.
Yeah, 8-man rotation tonight. Hold on, I'm sorry, not 8-man rotation. I think he played more than 8 tonight.
I know Malachi got some
Malachi
burn.
got some burn. 1, 2, 3. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, 8-man rotation tonight.
So yeah, because matter of fact, the previous game I think it was a 7.
Yeah, 8-man rotation. And I apologize that I missed doing a game preview or post game of the previous game. But again, I had to tear down the studio, move it to a new location, and that's the reason why I was not able to stream during, before or after the Lakers game. And I'm still working on the studio and getting things back to where I need it to be. You know what I mean? So hopefully I'll be back on OBS and getting everything straight by tomorrow. I'm actually frustrated right now because I'm like, well, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? What's going on? But anyway, that's neither here nor there. StreamYard saved the day, but I almost couldn't log into StreamYard. So I don't know. But an 8-man rotation, I don't know. Maybe it just doesn't have confidence in some of the guys. You know what I mean? Because the other people that would have been able to play, Ryan, Charlie Brown Jr., Jacob Toppin, Evan Fournier. You know,
I mean,
maybe he's just not confident with those guys. I don't know.
and God forbid you put Fournier in for 2 minutes and he get hurt. Not that he gonna play wherever he go, but
Right. But still, then someone's like, nah, we good. We're good on Fournier. You know what I'm saying? If that were to happen. Nah, I dig that. I get it. I get it. I don't know. But the Knicks gotta, I mean, something's got to give. Look how many people are out.
And Josh Hart looked like he twisted his knee as well
Yeah, right.
tonight. And he's been out with knee issues off and on, right? That's why he was out last time, was a knee.
Um, yeah. Oh, was it a knee?
I'm
Like
pretty
a
sure.
inflamed knee, inflammation or something like that?
Yeah.
Inflammation? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the injury bug has hit the New York Knicks very, very hard. You know what I mean? And it's it's a good thing we were playing the Memphis Grizzlies tonight. You know what I'm saying? Because if we were playing somebody else, we might have been spanked. I don't know. And look, the Knicks are a team that plays really hard. They always play hard. They play an aggressive style of basketball, that grind out type of basketball. Even when they're blowing teams out, they just play this hard style of basketball. And, the players are going to get battered and bruised with this style of basketball. It is what it is. I don't think you can play this style of basketball without getting battered and bruised. They play the Mavericks next. They have until Thursday to try to get some rest and get some bodies out there on the floor, right? Friday is the trade deadline. Do they make a move by then? I don't know. I don't know, but they need to find a way to get some bodies up in here so that they can
You
put some
said
people out there on the floor.
Thursday. You said Thursday, right? Is the deadline?
Friday, right? The ninth.
Oh, I thought it was Thursday.
Oh, I thought the trade deadline was the ninth. I thought it was the 9th.
Yeah, maybe.
Um, you know, let's see. Trade deadline. No, it's the 8th at 3 p.m. So it's Thursday at 3 p.m. Will the Knicks have any players by then?
That's the other thing. Unless the trade is early tomorrow, they ain't gonna be ready to.
They won't be ready to play. And you might be missing more players,
Yeah,
right? Depending on who gets traded, you might be missing more players.
we might look like the Grizzlies against against the Mavericks tomorrow, Thursday. You know what I mean? We might have some guys
Yeah,
pulled in the two ways come up.
yeah,
You know what I mean? We might have
yeah.
a 10-day.
It's crazy. I mean, the Knicks are missing three starters in Mitchell Robinson, Julius Randle, OG Anunoby, right? And then, Quentin Grimes was one of your major bench players, and then Jericho Sims has become one of your major bench players with Mitchell Robinson being out. Uh, I don't know. I don't know. The All-Star break can't come quick enough.
And it ain't a break for Brunson.
And it's
He
not a
part
break for Brunson.
he participated in the
Uh,
3-point contest, you know what I mean? He got the All-Star game. He ain't, you know what I mean?
I mean, he don't really need to play in the All-Star game. You've been named an All-Star. You don't need to play.
I'm with you, Tim.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Just take the title or the accolade, whatever you want to call it. Take that, be happy with it, but there's no need for Brunson to touch the floor. Or if you do, just run up and down really lightly.
Yeah, don't be trying to compete.
When we try and win MVP. You know what I'm saying? You got other years to do that. Don't be trying to win the MVP. Just run up and down the floor like the Knicks need you too much to be doing any of that. You know what I mean? Too much. Um, yeah. Rough one. Turned out to be a rough one for the Knicks. You know what I mean? It turned out to be a rough one. Uh, if the Knicks do anything, what do you expect for them to do?
Expect like I'm thinking. I'm trying to think like they would think, or what do I
Yeah,
want?
yeah. Trying to think like they would think.
I think the logical. Oh, I don't know where some go. The logical options thinking like them would probably be Burks just because of his familiarity. Um, can fit right in. You know, Tibbs is gonna play him, trust him, all that. Brogdon, I think he's another one that kind of fits right in. Tibbs is gonna love him, play him. Um, and Brown, like Brown is the Josh Hart clone. You know what I mean? Probably a better shooter, but just plays that same type of role. Probably more versatile. He's the better Josh Hart, basically. I shouldn't even, you know what I mean? Josh Hart is more the Bruce Brown role, i-
Right.
if anything. But yeah, those three guys. Um, and my order would probably be Burks, Brown, Brogdon. In that order.
Burks, Brown, Brogdon.
Yeah, if I'm thinking like them.
Right. You
Me,
think like
me, me. It's Murray first. I'm
Murray.
putting him.
Okay.
I'm putting him above everybody because I've been like the fit with him and Brunson. If they start, you know what I mean. If that's the backcourt,
Hmm.
I'm getting more and more confident in DiVincenzo's ability to actually run the second unit if he had to. Um, and let Deuce play more off ball. So I think that'll work. Um, yeah, but my preference would be Murray first, probably Brown, Burks, Brogdon.
Hmm. It's my preference Murray first. I'm trying to think. It's my preference Murray first. I mean, right now with the way things are going, as far as injuries and all of that, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, yeah. But let's say Brunson is good. Is he my first choice? See, I guess my only thing about Murray is I feel like just like we said about some other guys, like when we were talking with Josh about Mikal Bridges, I feel like with Murray, you kind of staking your claim as this is the group. You know what I'm saying? He's got a long, his contract is pretty long. It's not saying that you can't trade him. You know what I'm saying? Because you can, you can trade him if it don't work. But I feel like you're kind of, especially you just patched up your relationship with Rich Paul with Clutch Sports and all of
Mhm.
that, and then you bring in that guy and then you trade him. I feel like if they were to get Murray, they'd be saying, "Yeah, this is the crew. This is the squad." You know what I mean?
I think I wouldn't be surprised if the thing is you could go into it um wanting to see a full year of that group.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like that could be your mindset, and you could go into the mind with that mindset because number one, you don't know anybody's gonna ask out in the summertime, right? You don't know that. So to grab anybody just with just the objective of moving them, to me doesn't make sense anyway. Like that's a flawed way of thinking. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? So the way I look at it is you bring in somebody that you can use first, that you value first. You know what I mean? And then if obviously if he's under contract for a year or longer after this season, you have that option if you so choose. But I don't think you go in there with that being the objective. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then I look at the guy you're trading for, who has the most value. Like, do you want the value to be limited to being a expiring contract, or do you want the value to be somebody who they feel like they could actually utilize? And to me, Murray is the guy that he's under contract the longest, but he's the best player out of all of them with the brightest future, if you will, out of all of them. You know what I mean? So I'm not looking at his value as being expiring. I'm looking at his value like he's good and it's
Right,
gonna get better.
right. But I guess it depends on which teams do they believe they can negotiate with. You know what I'm saying? Are you negotiating with a team that does value Murray and wants and wouldn't mind having Murray in his contract, or are you negotiating with a team that's like, we don't really like Murray in his contract? Depending, you know,
I mean that's true. I'm also looking at it like even trading him, like I think teams will call and ask about him. What it'll take for him. You know what I mean? So there's always that side of it. So it's not even like you're shopping him. I think teams will be inquiring for him. You know what I mean? Like, oh, what, the same way the Knicks are looking into him and other teams are looking into him. I think that will continue for years to come.
I mean,
But
they probably will. They probably will. Continue to look at Murray and see, can he
well,
be a
I mean, not just the Knicks. I mean, all,
other team.
a bunch of
What I
teams.
mean.
Yeah,
That's what I mean. Yeah, other teams. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm sure they probably will. I mean, it's going to be. I mean, we're talking one more day here, basically now.
yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying? We're talking one more day. So they got to do something. If they feel like I don't know. I,
If not, I mean, I hate to say it, but you gonna have to trust some of these guys that you don't trust.
or pick up guys off the waiver wire.
I mean, how long is that? How long? That's it.
I
That's
mean,
not
normally right after the trade deadline, guys
deadline.
start getting waived.
Okay,
You know what I'm saying? And then you can start picking them up. You
pardon
can
me.
pick up a guy, you can wait until they clear waivers and then sign them on a contract, or anything like that.
So I mean, even with that though, we're probably talking post All Star, right?
Probably. Probably. Yeah, you're probably talking post All-Star. And if Brunson has to go down for a game, even a game, you know what I'm saying? Now you're talking about, an even shorter rotation. And I don't know who you even I don't know who's even gonna be who's your starting point guy. I guess it's Deuce. And then
Man, I
Ryan
wish.
Ryan got to get out there and play. It's gonna be Deuce starting, and then Ryan got to get out there and play to back up Deuce.
Or Malachi.
I mean Malachi played tonight,
Yeah, true,
part of
true,
the
true.
8-man rotation. You know?
Nah, man, you gotta play a big. You gotta play one of the bigs. You gotta play one of the bigs. So, whether it's
Charlie
Charlie
Brown
Brown.
Jr. He's played some minutes in the NBA. He might have to get out there. Charlie Brown Jr. Um, I mean, Ryan's played some played in the NBA too.
Oh, and number two on my list is actually DeRozan. I forgot about that. So let me not skip that. I'm still, you know what I mean. I still think that's one of he might even be number one, to be honest, because I think he fits.
Mhm.
I think he fits the team as is, can really help us. Um, yeah, I think we could probably re-sign him on a one-on-one. You know what I mean, and still have that same value that we would with any of these other guys.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I like DeRozan. I think he's gonna fit do whatever role, but when it comes to basket making and just performance and experience, he got it all. Other than the chip, I know he want that.
Yeah. Shout out to Nev, the disruptor, for becoming a member, channel member. Definitely appreciate you, Nev. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the support. Wiz BK Wiz from BK to LA. Wiz said, imagine if Brunson and Josh take off the next game. We'll have a six-man rotation against Dallas. Um, I mean, if that happens, you would think. I mean, he's got to,
It's a throw. Yeah, you got to play. He's gonna play at least 8. You know what I mean? I would hope he plays everybody that's suited, but you know what I mean. Just to give these. I mean, at that point, you want to give these guys a fair opportunity to show their hunger and you know what I mean. It's not even really about pulling the game away. If you do, great, but give these guys an opportunity to get their NBA minutes. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Somebody may shock you.
that's true. Somebody might shock you. You know what I mean? I mean, Charlie Brown Jr.'s had some moments. I don't know if he's had any in the NBA, but he's definitely had some moments. I mean, but out of the group of out of the guys that didn't play tonight, Charlie Brown Jr., Jacob Toppin, um, Ryan. I mean, I don't know who the next one up is. Probably Ryan, because
Well,
I don't remember seeing Charlie Brown Jr. on the floor.
yeah, I mean, yeah, Fournier and then yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
Fournier.
I don't,
Fournier's next. Yeah,
yeah,
Fournier's next.
but I don't know because even Ryan's minutes, like I feel like I see people before him. I see like I feel like he'd be the last one. You know what I mean? It might be 30 seconds left, and then and then Ryan come in. You know what I mean? The only other time I see Ryan come in is when it's the mass substitution. You know what I mean? Everybody, like Tibbs is not playing no rotational guys. That's the only time I seen Ryan in with, you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
I don't know. I really think Ryan might be the last, you know what I mean? He might rock with Deuce and Malachi as the one two one two, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Point
yeah.
guard
Okay,
rotation.
okay.
You know what I mean? And then give you like you might see um Charlie Brown and then Jacob. So what's the name? Fournier, Charlie Brown, Jacob.
Fournier. Yeah. So I guess Fournier would be if Josh Hart or Brunson goes down, Fournier would be the next guy. Oh boy. Something's
Hey,
actually
they be
about
like, listen, Fournier, we doing our best, man. This is your opportunity to show your worth. You know what I mean? We got about 6 hours, you know what I mean, 12 hours after this game to trade you. You know what I mean?
right.
So this is your opportunity, bro. Go ahead and drop a career high off the you know what I mean? Off not playing all year. That would be crazy, right?
Yeah, that'd be
Fourier dropped
you
47
know what I'm saying? Exactly. That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy.
on Luca.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Um, who do the Knicks play next? Dallas. We lost to Dallas earlier. We didn't grab some rebounds,
Yep.
right? We didn't grab some rebounds. We lost to
The
Dallas earlier.
the Luca list, it was Kyrie only.
Kyrie got busy. Kyrie got busy. Your thoughts about the Dallas game?
They playing well. They just won tonight. I think Luca and Kyrie combined for 71. Uh, um, when I was on Queen Show and I predicted, I said we was gonna win, but I think I was just feeling myself at the time. Like honestly, I totally forgot about Kyrie at that in that moment when I said it, and
Uh-huh.
and and yeah, we can't beat them under man. You know what I mean? Like and to be realistic and rational, I don't know if we could beat them without Randall. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
let alone Brunson and Randall.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. That might be, we lost to the Lakers. That might be 2 and 3 games. Especially if Brunson is out. If Brunson is out, you know what I mean? I don't know what we're gonna do. Someone said they can't see Deuce starting. Who else is gonna start? If you can't see Deuce starting at the point guard spot, who else starts?
Yeah, because I mean, unless Grimes was back and then you start DiVincenzo at the one and start Grimes. But
I mean,
yeah,
Deuce started before, so I don't see why he wouldn't start Deuce. You know what I mean?
yeah, but Deuce started before when only Brunson was out.
Right.
Meaning like he really wasn't, you know what I mean? Like the ball was ran through Randall. I want to say RJ was still here, right? Um
Yeah,
yeah.
RJ was
Yeah,
still here.
you know what I mean? So he started, but you know what I mean? Like it was basically point by committee.
Yeah. Um, but I can't see that, I don't know. I can't see that he would do anything different though.
Fair enough.
You know what I mean? I guess he could try DiVincenzo, but then how much are you taking away from DiVincenzo and what he brings you?
Man, I put I give him a motivational speech like it's your opportunity. Do what you do what you learned in Golden State.
Right.
Yeah, I know you was watching stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm hoping that all right, let me ask you this. If Brunson is, let's say he's fine, do you rest him tomorrow anyway?
If he, I mean, if he's 100%, then obviously no. But if it's like, oh, I could play through it, I would encourage him to rest it, and that's why I was just saying like, man, I wish we won that Laker game because you know what I mean. Like we really can't afford like you don't want to be cocky and be like, oh, it's a gimme,
Right.
but at the same time, and I'm not even like a low management type dude, but like I rather him 100% when he plays rather than playing through something right now. You know what I mean? We can't really take the risk of losing him right now.
Right. Right now, you definitely can't take the risk. You know what I'm saying? The Knicks already have, it's just too many injuries right now. You can't take the risk right now. I mean, for those um who normally call in, I do have the phone lines up now. I probably could get on OBS now. I
You
figured out
figured it out.
there's something wrong with the Ethernet connection that's not allowing me to connect to some networking sites.
Uh,
You know what I'm saying? It's a brand new connection, so I gotta go with Verizon and with their customer service, Verizon, and figure out why it's not working with the Ethernet, but it's working with Wi-Fi.
um, you said the lines is up. I'm this is who I just throw that up.
Oh,
Jeremy,
Jeremy, come on, Jeremy.
call in and tell us why the Knicks brass community is incompetent. Please, we want to hear from you.
Come on, Jeremy.
Um, that's what we need to start doing. We need to start telling the people telling people to call in with the crazy takes. You know what I mean, and explain their theory.
I mean, I don't think he's the only one oh, that feels that way. I mean, I see it all the time. Different places, different people. Talk about the front office not being, Leon Rose is asleep, post a picture of Leon Rose sleeping and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, for the Knicks to be where they are right now, they had to do something right. You know what I'm saying? They had to do something right. So it's not like yeah, they had to be doing something right. I know some people are going to say they got lucky. Some people are going to say it's because of Tibbs. Some people are going to say it's because of Brunson. But this front office hired Tibbs and signed Brunson. You know what I mean? So yeah, I definitely disagree with those takes about the front office. I think the front office is strong. I think they're smart. They don't rush into anything. They take their time. You know what I mean? And I think they make pretty good decisions. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Greg said losers lounge is going to be their fans laughing at us. Who? Memphis? They can laugh, I guess, because look where they are. Look where they are right now. Tips. Keith Turner said Tibbs is our weakest link. I wouldn't agree with that. I I don't think he's our weakest link. You know what I mean? I don't think this team is where it is if it's not for Tibbs, honestly. You know what I'm saying? The
I mean,
team that he took over from Fizdale, they don't make the playoffs if another coach. I can't say that. I'm sure there's other coaches that could have done it. But Tibbs did it. He brought the structure. He helped to develop the culture. He did it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, how many players have come under Tibbs, not all-stars, and became all-stars? Now, you know what I mean? It's been a number of guys now. It's been a number of guys now. Brunson, Randall, Jimmy Butler, you know? Greg said, when you have no all-stars in the playoffs, say that again. I mean, so these guys are supposed to just not play. Just don't play. You know what I mean? Just don't play. I mean, Brunson went out with 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. The Knicks were up 4 or 5 points at that time. Am I right? When Brunson went out the game?
I don't think. I think they cut it to 4 afterwards, which is still just as the same point proven.
Same thing, right? Yeah.
But it might have been 6 or 8.
6 or 8, something like that, right? They came back. The game was in the balance.
Gary says 12. But regardless of the fact, they cut it to 9 a few times before he got hurt.
Mhm. They cut it, yeah, a couple of times it went to 9.
And then it was 9, then it was 8, then it was you know what I mean? Then it got all the way to 4. But
Yeah.
9 was the number that it kept, you know what I mean? It kept going to 9, we get it back up. Go back to 9, get it back up. Then at that last part, 9, 8, 6.
Right. Yeah, no doubt about it. So I mean, 9-point game, that game is in the balance. That game is in the balance. You know what I mean? If you want to say you could have pulled them out, let me see. It was a Brunson came back in at 8:08. It was a 20-point game. I guess maybe people are saying that they shouldn't have brought him in at 8:08 because it was a 20-point game. I maybe you could argue that. I
I
don't
think
me
that's fair.
personally,
I
I
think
don't
that's fair.
you know?
But but if you look at what happened after that,
Mhm.
what does that tell you? You think that wouldn't have happened if Brunson was on the bench?
Right, right. I mean, Brunson came in at 808 for Taj Gibson, and by 5:47, you're talking a little more than 2 minutes, it was a 105-95 game. You know what I mean? So let's say you just didn't bring Brunson back in at all, you probably lose the basketball game. Or if it's a 20-point lead, because it's not like he came in at 808 and hurt himself. He hurt himself when the lead had been shaved down. So let's say you waited until it was a 10-point lead and you brought him back in. He still might have got hurt.
And he slipped. Is how he got hurt. It wasn't, you know what I mean? It wasn't. Again, it's a freak, um, coincidental accident. You know what I mean? Like it ain't even like that could happen at home. That could happen outside. That like he slipped.
Yeah. Yeah. Sean said, you never want to criticize Thibodeau. How do you not see that he's playing players too much? Because
I agree that he plays players too
yeah.
much, but I no go ahead, son.
Nah, I mean, I've criticized Tom Thibodeau plenty of times. I've criticized his lack of defensive creativity, lack of offensive creativity. You know what I'm saying? Personally, me, I don't have a problem with players playing.
I do have an issue with not um spreading. I'll say let me reflect. Let me say it this way. I have a problem with him not trusting his full roster because and I put it that way because I understand you got to get into his circle of trust to get minutes, and I understand the process of it and everything. But when
Mhm.
guys are down, you gotta utilize more of your options.
Yeah,
You can't. I mean, you can't be stubborn at that time. I agree with that part.
yeah, and you know what? I get it, but as a coach, there's certain players that I don't play in certain situations. You know what I'm saying? I could have 10 players on my team, and if I have 3 of them that can't hoop or just ain't ready to hoop, I play with that 7 of them unless it's a blowout. You know what I mean? Because, um, trust me, I've put some guys out there like, "Okay, I gotta go with this person," and then they're running around with their heads like a chicken with their head cut off, and you're like, "Oh my god, what are they doing?" You know what I'm saying? People can sit by the wayside and say stuff until they're out there, and I'm not talking about you, but you know what I'm saying? It's not as easy as you think. You know what I'm saying? To sit out there and look down your bench and you say, "Oh hell no, I'm not putting them in the game."
And it's probably even tougher now because I understand it. He's already probably playing people that he
That
don't
you
want
don't
to
really
play.
want to play. Right, exactly. You know what I'm saying?
So I get it. I get it 100%. That's why I don't be. You know what I mean? Like I even when I have an issue with Tibbs, I understand it. That's why I don't be so boisterous about it. Because I get who he is. I get his philosophy. So I understand all of that shit. You know what I mean? But I could disagree and not bash him because you know what I mean? Like because I understand.
Yeah, it's tough, man. It's hard. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to look down the bench and you like, you see what he did in practice yesterday? You want me to put him in a game? Really? You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, man. That joint is not easy.
You're gonna start seeing footage leaked of practices. Like, yo, how's this getting out?
Exactly. Right.
It's like I'm just trying to show them.
I'm just trying to let people know that's the reason why this dude ain't playing. That's the reason why he ain't playing. You know. So, you know, I don't think Tibbs is the weakest link. I think if it wasn't for Tibbs, we probably wouldn't be here. And I ain't saying he's perfect, but I don't think he's the weakest link. You know, Sean said Thibodeau's playing people now that he doesn't want to play, but you're seeing what they can actually play, like Precious. But he played Precious as soon as Precious got here. What are you talking about? He's just playing more minutes now because Julius Randle was hurt. But as soon as Precious got here, he started playing. He was the backup center.
And one thing that you got to give Tibbs credit for. Look at how Precious was playing when he first got here. Look how he's playing now. He's in Tibbs' circle.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's not gonna fall out of that. You know what I mean? Like, and that's one thing you got to give Tibbs credit for. You know what I mean? It's hard to get in, but once you in there, you know what I mean?
You're
Like,
in there. You're in there.
he knows you one of his guys.
Right. He says, sorry, I can't agree with you on that one. That is very cool. That is cool. Don't agree. I don't want everybody to agree with me. But Tom Thibodeau has raised this team up to be what they are right now. And nobody can deny that.
I got a question for you, Sim. I know my answer, but I'm gonna ask you. If the Knicks fall short in the playoffs,
Mm-hmm.
and this is you, not the front office, do you think Tibbs has gotten this team as far as he could get them?
I guess it depends on
And
what the circumstances are too.
but is there a circumstance? I didn't want to be like
Yeah.
specifically, but is there a circumstance where you could be like, you know what, Tibbs got them here, but this might be as far as Tibbs could get them?
I mean, like,
or would you give that like another year?
so like if they got to the Eastern Conference Finals, I'm giving it another year.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, even if they got swept out of the Eastern Conference Finals, I'm giving them another year.
For sure, because that's keep moving up.
They moving up.
So let's say, because I don't want to throw anything out there. I don't
Yeah.
want to put the circumstance, but there is a circumstance where you might feel like that. Let's say this is an easy one without saying. Let's say they lose to a team that they already beat in the playoffs. Whomever that might be.
Right. I guess did they make it to the second round? Did they lose to him in the second round? Did they lose to him in the first round?
Let's say first.
That's what now, if they lose to him in the first round, now you got to start to look and be like, okay, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Why we lose to him? If you lose to him, say you meet Cleveland in the second round and you lose to him in the game 7, then I'm like, okay, all right, let's give this another go. You know what I'm saying? See if we can expand on that, grow on that.
I think there's circumstance in that too, though. Even if it's a game 7, because it might be how you lost the game 7 too.
I mean, it could be, but last year we didn't get to a game 7.
That's true. That's true.
So I mean, I think it's a lot of things.
That's fair.
It's a lot of things because for me, I always say development and growth is never a straight line up.
Not at all.
It's always up and down, up and down. You know what I'm saying? You keep going like this.
Hopefully it's 2 steps up, 1 step down.
Right.
3 steps up, 1 step down.
You know what I'm saying? It's always, it's not easy. Sean said Sim loves Thibodeau. I think he's a good coach. I don't know the dude. I think he's a good coach. That's it. And I think he was perfect for this team. I see someone said, oh, no, Randle and Brunson got the Knicks here, not Thibodeau.
I think Thibodeau got Randle where he is.
Exactly. Y'all wanted Randle gone before. Y'all wanted Randle gone after that first year. You hated Randle. You hated Julius Randle. You wanted him gone. You called him the Tasmanian devil. You wanted him out of here. And then Tibbs got here and became an all NBA player and made the All-Star team. You know, and yeah, I think Tom Thibodeau played a big role in Julius Randle becoming an all NBA player and an all-star player.
And that's not taking nothing away from Randall because he a
No,
worker. He
because he's a
worked, but he also bought in, and
mm-hmm.
and they, you know what I mean. And at the same time, Tibbs is ready to move on from Randall. You know what I mean? So Tibbs bought in with Randall as well. You know what I mean? It's a perfect marriage.
Yeah. I mean, I think I mean, literally that year, Alfred Payton was the point guard. You had you had Julius Randle. Who was that? Was Mitch starting at center?
Noel, Mitch got hurt.
Mitch got hurt. You had Nerlens Noel as your starting center for majority of the season. RJ Barrett. Who do we have as shooting guard? Reggie Bullock. Come on, man. We won 41 games with that team.
Coach of the year.
Right. Coach of the year. Won 41 games with that team. You know, did get Derrick Rose at the trade deadline. I'm just saying, you know, people love to hate on Tiz, but you know, they never do want to, not everybody. Some people that hate
And
Tiz, they never want to recognize what he's done well with this team.
I'm starting to understand it because it's like we love the team, right? And we love the, you know what I mean? We love the coach, we love the players, we love the team. But anytime you don't want to bash whether it's Randall, whether it's the coach, you know what I mean? If you don't want to follow the mob,
Mhm.
now you love that guy, or you know what I mean? Like it's bias, and you can't, like, I think we give our honest opinion about all of these people, you know what I mean? But
Right.
it's never with the mob, you know what I mean? Like it's like it's never like we acknowledge the good and the bad.
Right. And the way it is with Knicks fans, once, you know, it starts trending that everybody's going to hate one guy, and everybody hates that guy. You know what I mean? I remember 2 years ago when everybody was hating Randall, they wanted Randall gone. Some people still do. I said, well, RJ Barrett's going to be the next one. Watch. And lo and behold, RJ was the next one. He was the next one. You know? So I don't know. I think the Knicks are what, 33 and 18? 33 and 18. You know, we got one of the best records that we've had in, I mean,
10
even when we
years.
made the playoffs when we were 41 and 31, I mean, the most we were is 10 games over 500. Right? Last year we ended what? 47 and 35,
Mm-hmm.
48 and 30, 47
No,
and 35 last year, right?
I think so.
47 and 35
Yeah.
last season. Yeah, 47 and 35, 12 games above 500. We're currently 15 games above 500. I mean,
In the
you know,
midst of a bad like 7-game stretch,
yeah,
or 6-game stretch,
right,
whatever it is.
right. And starting the season with one of the toughest records, I mean, toughest
Schedules,
schedules that you could have.
including 10 back-to-backs.
You know what I mean? So listen, they're doing something right. Randall and Brunson, they're doing something right. Tom Thibodeau doing something right. The front office doing something right. So,
Funny.
anyway, man, it's 12:30. I'm going to try to get this stuff. We got this stuff together for the Losers Lounge.
Yeah, I sent it.
Cool. We're gonna get in there. I'm gonna try to see if I can get this.
OBS.
I'm gonna test it. I'm gonna test the OBS just to see if it works with the Wi-Fi instead of the Ethernet, and then but we normally do we normally do the Losers Lounge right from StreamYard anyway. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, we good. We good money then.
Yeah, we should be straight. But ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you jumping on, even though I got on late. I apologize for the technical difficulties, and I apologize for joining you late. I know Greg was, itching. His thumbs were itching to type something about me being late. Greg, I apologize to you for being late. Greg was mad at me one day. He said, "I'm the one who keeps you on time, and you're going to come at me." You're right, Greg. You're right. You're right. Holds me accountable. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate your time. Sim said, "What? Now I'm cutting the time down?" Nah, man, it's late, and I want to get the Losers Lounge in. You know what I'm saying? I want to get the Losers Lounge in. Plus, my mouth hurts a little bit because I went to the dentist today, and the stuff is starting to wear off.
I was gonna say pause, but I don't play that no more.
You know what I mean? NYC the Don said, "Do you do music?" Yeah, I do some music. Yep, I do some music. As a matter of fact, the beat to the intro that you hear is I made the whole song. I didn't rap it, but I produced the whole song. I mean, I think who else? The Know the Ledge with Still Knicks fans. I did the Know the Ledge beat for them. And then the thing that they had on the NBA report when it was called the NBA report, I did that for them there too. I did Josh's intro for the controversy. So yeah, I do. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna get up out of here. We're gonna head over to the Losers Lounge. I appreciate your time, and I'll get everything right. You know what I mean? So I can be streaming right tomorrow. You know what I mean? We are up out of here, ladies and gentlemen. And as a matter of fact, I'll just go ahead and play the intro for the outro. We out.
This is NBK, nothing but Knicks. When Sim passed the assist, you know that it's #1 show that breaks down the game. If you can't play defense, stay out my way. Dribble the ball, come down the lane. 5 seconds on the shot clock, who gon' win us the game? You wanna hear Nick updates and trade rumors? Post-game reviews, this the place to tune in. So tell a friend just to keep the ball moving. Like the page if you feeling the movement. Every game we coming to win. Give us a sub like a player that came off the bench. This is NBK, nothing but Knicks.